Hello. Today I want to talk about search. Well, everyone has been using search for many, many years, and maybe the first or the leading tool so far for years and years was Google. Now, I'll tell you that in the last few months, maybe even a year, I'm not sure, I've hardly been using Google for search. And I've been using another tool, which I'll talk about today. However, really these past few days, there has been another huge announcement about another search tool that I want to show you. So today I want to talk about 3 search tools, which are great. One of them is Google, but I will mention 2 more. So let's start with Google, and we'll start with Google and then we'll look at Perplexity. Okay, so this is perplexity.ai. And then we're going to our good old friend ChatGPT, and ChatGPT just got a great upgrade with search. We're going to use the search for ChatGPT, and I will show an example of how it's very, very different than what we do with Google and Perplexity. Okay, let's start with Google. So my search term is the following. Can you help me plan a 5-day itinerary for, let me correct my spelling here, for Paris. It's even suggesting this to me. All right, so what you'll notice is that I have search results. Okay, nomadic mats, travel site, a detailed Paris itinerary for 3 to 5 days, the perfect Paris itinerary for first timers. I could go in and look at any of these websites. Let's say this one. This is one of them. Okay, it's taking me somewhere to hotels.com. I don't know why. Not very useful. Okay, but Google search. Okay, this is where it just opened an ad for me. How to spend 5 days in Paris, and I could read through this. Okay, now I'll go back. And I will notice that Google has added AI to its search results. So I do get an AI overview. Let's click Show More. Here are some ideas for a 5-day itinerary in Paris. So Google have figured out that they have to include AI search, because search engines like Perplexity.ai, which we'll go into shortly, are becoming stronger and stronger, and they have to put up a fight. So when I do a Google search, yes, I get an AI overview. Day 1, visit the Eiffel Tower. Day 2, and so on. Now, this is where it ends. Okay, I have kind of a result. I don't have a lot to do with it, but it might be good enough. It might be a good starting point. Let's go to a real AI engine. Not that Google isn't real AI, it is real AI, but let's go to perplexity.ai. If you do not know it, please go ahead and go into perplexity.ai, and we're going to repeat the same search. I'll actually copy this here, and I'll just paste it over here in Perplexity. Can you help me plan a 5-day internet itinerary? Why do I need internet? Let's remove the internet. Itinerary, okay, for Paris. Okay, so let's click search, and now it's searching. Now you'll see it's giving me sources, the sources that is found, and because it's AI, it's taking the data that's in the sources and it's creating a text from it using AI. So answer, here is a suggested 5-day itinerary for Paris that covers many of the city's highlights, iconic landmarks, art and culture, charming neighborhoods. Day 3, Day 4, Montmartre and Sacré-Cœur. Day 5, Versailles, and final Paris sites. So it's giving me all sorts of recommendations. The nice thing about Perplexity is that I can click these links, the sources links. Okay, so it says, begin at the Eiffel Tower. Arrive early to beat the crowds and enjoy stunning views of the city. I could click this number 1, and it's going to show me where this was taken from. Okay, 3 to 5 day itinerary, Paris, France. So we can see that it has sources, and it's using the sources to create this compiled list, which is very nice. Now, why I find this actually more useful than Google is the following. I can ask a follow-up. I can type over here and ask a follow-up, and in fact, there are suggested questions. So they're related, and this can give me ideas, which Google doesn't do. What are some hidden gems in Paris that I shouldn't miss? How can I make the most out of a rainy day in Paris? Suppose I know that it's going to rain. Let's click that, and it's going to ask that question. Okay, it's going to give me sources, and then it's telling me explore museums, discover covered passages, enjoy culinary delights, and so on and so on. And then related, what are the best museums? Where can I find the best afternoon tea spots in Paris? And so on. So this really gives me more ideas. Okay, so that's the second option. I've been using mostly Perplexity in the past few months, maybe even a year. But let's look at ChatGPT. So I now go into ChatGPT. You get there by going to chatgpt.com, okay, which is the really the leading, I would say, AI platform today. There are other AI platforms, including Google, okay, including, when I say Google, I mean Google Gemini and Claude. So there are other competing engines, but ChatGPT have really recently added this search functionality as part of its main interface. So I can go to the same, let's remove this internet thing here. Can you help me plan a 5-day itinerary for Paris? However, I'm going to click search. I'm going to let ChatGPT now do the search. And I'll tell you why I really like it. So it's searching the web. It's going to give me sources. So I can see here on the right many different sources. Okay. It's showing me, certainly here's a comprehensive 5-day itinerary to help you explore the best of Paris. Okay, and I have all kinds of links over here, photos taken from the links. And then it's telling me day 1, historic heart of Paris, morning, afternoon, evening. Day 2, art and culture, Louvre Museum, Musée d'Orsay, afternoon, evening, Montmartre. Well, this is a very tough itinerary. It's very packed. But let's say we get the idea. Now, it's not offering me additional questions to ask. That's fine. It's different than Perplexity. But the nice thing is that I can continue messaging the chat. Okay. Now, here is the interesting part, which I love about ChatGPT. This is my basic starting point. Now, suppose I don't want to use search anymore, and I just want to use the great power of ChatGPT because it has such a huge knowledge base. Let me click off search right now. Okay, let me click off search. And what I'll do now is, please tell me more about each of the sites. Write a short historical paragraph. Okay, let's try that. So now it's going using its classic AI engine. It's going through the text and it's generating the best AI answer. Okay, this is not taken from search. This is taken from the main AI engine, okay, of ChatGPT, and it's telling me, Ile de la Cité, known as the birthplace of Paris, this island is on the Seine, has been inhabited since ancient Roman times, and so on. And I can read a short paragraph on each of these. Let's even ask ChatGPT to do another thing that it's very good at. Okay, we'll do that. Please write or compose. Let's go with compose. Compose the itinerary for me in a table format, including all of the information. Okay, so now it's going to use its its engine for analyzing and composing, and it's going to create a this itinerary in a table format for me. Okay, so we're going to give it a few seconds and let it do its thing. Okay, so here's your detailed 5-day itinerary for Paris, organized in a table format with timings, locations, and descriptions. Okay, so I have the description, and it's given me really a brief description. Let's say I'm fine with this brief description. Okay, and I have this table in front of me that I can now use. Okay, now I can even ask it, okay, please create this with even more details and in a downloadable format. Okay, so now it's analyzing, it's using its data analysis tools so that it can actually compose using its own code, okay, which we won't go into. It's going to create this table as a file that I can actually view here and also download. Now this you cannot do with the other engines. Okay, now there is a version of Claude and Gemini versions of AI tools that do other very powerful stuff. I really love the ChatGPT interface. Okay, so it's working on generating this for me, and in a minute we'll have something very, very, very useful. Once again, I cannot do this with just plain Google search or with Perplexity. Okay, so this is very, very unique, and it's my own preference, although you can choose your own, of course, whatever you prefer. Okay, let's see. Okay, here is your detailed 5-day Paris itinerary in an Excel format for download. Okay, let's click download. Let's see what happens. Starting download, downloading file. I'm going to click download, and then it's downloaded. Let's see what it's given me. Okay, it's given me this in Excel. Okay, and let's make it nicer. Okay, let's make it just nicer in Excel by using just regular Excel capabilities. I'll just make this nice and tidy. Okay, now I'm just organizing this in Excel. Let's make the text a bit larger so that it's easier for us to see. Okay, and wow, look at this. Okay, once again, let me make the lines nicer. Wow, day 1, historic heart of Paris, and then I have morning, afternoon, evening, and then day 2, morning, afternoon, evening. I have the description. Okay, and I have all of this in a table which I can format, I can share with others. Okay, so this is very, very useful, and of course this you cannot do with Google or Perplexity. So many options. To recap, we have 3 different types of search engines. One is our regular Google, which has been with us for years, and then we have Perplexity, okay, where I can do a search and I can get very readable results and more suggestions for more questions. There are other options there that you can explore, and we have the new options in ChatGPT, where I start a new chat and I click this search the web, and then I can just type in a search, and it's giving me a great search result, which I can then work with using the ChatGPT AI functions and capabilities. So try this out. Think of something that you want to search for, or even something that you just recently searched for, but try it in the different engines, and you'll just be surprised at the wonderful things that you can find that aren't available just with regular Google. Okay, hope you like this, and I will see you the next time.